Guess the decade.
A rubber hose rolls over with a ding.
A man in a pressed cap hurries toward your driver's window. Somebody says, "Fill it up with ethyl." Here's the thing. The neighborhood gas station once sells gasoline, yes, but also attention, speed, and trust. Act 1. Setup. In the 1920s and 1930s, cars spread faster than people learned how to care for them. Roads improve. Suburbs start pushing outward. Standard Oil, Texaco, Shell, Gulf, and Sinclair are not just selling fuel. They are training customers to expect service at the curb. Early stations look half garage, half storefront.
You pull under a canopy smelling of hot rubber and motor oil. A uniformed attendant checks your radiator, wipes the windshield, and asks if you want your tires looked at. For a second, the station feels like a tiny public square. The stakes are practical. Gasoline is messy. Engines run rough. Many motorists know little about spark,
Compression, oil weight, or tire pressure. In the teens and 20s, some pumps are curbside and hand-cranked. Full service solves uncertainty for a brand new driving public. It also solves fear. Gas stations are handling a dangerous liquid in crowded neighborhoods, and early fire codes matter. By 1907, Standard Oil of California is using the Chevron name from one of its gasoline grades. Branding starts teaching drivers which stations feel orderly, modern, and safe. Act 2. Rise. The service ritual spreads because it works. Oil companies design stations as clean, recognizable outposts. Uniforms matter, so do restrooms, maps, and road advice. By the 1930s, attendants are giving directions, selling fan belts, and turning a quick stop into neighborhood intelligence. One big accelerator is the windshield itself. As paved roads multiply, dust, bugs, and road film cover glass fast. The bucket and squeegee become standard stage props. You hear the slap of wet rubber, then the scrape across curved glass. It is labor, but it also looks like care. Companies formalize the performance. In the 1930s and 1940s, Texaco stations become known for attendants in white uniforms, white caps, and often a red star patch. City service pushes spotless stations. Sinclair leans on its green dinosaur. A child can identify the brand before reading. By the post-war boom, the neighborhood station becomes a default stop in American life. Car ownership explodes after 1945. New subdivisions rely on daily driving. In 1956, President Eisenhower signs the Federal Aid Highway Act, and road travel expands again. Fuel stops multiply beside homes, not just highways. Now the peak moment. In the 1950s and early 1960s, full service is the norm across most of the United States. You ask for a dollar's worth or regular. The attendant pumps, checks oil, washes windows, and sometimes takes payment through the window before sprinting to the next car. Stations are also repair shops. Many neighborhood garages carry brand signs out front while doing tune-ups and tire work inside. Esso becomes Exxon in the United States after a long trademark dispute. Brand names shift, but the service model still holds. The local mechanic often knows your family. The culture is so established that television barely needs to explain it. Sitcoms and commercials assume you know the bell hose, the map rack, the Coca-Cola chest, the lift bay.
and the uniform shirt with stitched name patch. Hold on to that detail. The station is selling reassurance as much as gasoline. Act 3. Fall and twist. The first crack is not style. It is arithmetic. Labor costs rise through the 1960s. Margins on gasoline stay thin. Then self-service, already appearing in places like California,
offers operators a way to move more cars with fewer workers. The ritual starts looking expensive. There is also resistance. Many states and cities once restrict self-service because gasoline is treated as too hazardous for amateurs. New Jersey bans self-service statewide in 1949. Oregon follows in 1951. Those laws preserve attendance for decades, which is why some memories survive there much longer. Then comes the shock that changes habits fast. In 1973, the OPEC oil embargo triggers shortages, lines, and price spikes. Stations hang handmade signs, tempers rise. Suddenly, speed and lower prices matter more than a cleaned windshield. Self-service gains moral cover as thrift during crisis. The hidden twist is that oil companies do not uniformly love full service once the math turns. Independent operators are squeezed by competition from larger chains and later, convenience store models. In 1977,
Southland opens the first self-serve pay-at-the-pump system at a 7-Eleven store in Westminster, Colorado. Tuck that clue away. That machine points to the real future. The neighborhood service station becomes the gas station.
Then, the gas station becomes a convenience store with fuel attached. Repair bays disappear. Air hoses survive a little longer. The bell hose goes quiet. A clerk behind bulletproof glass replaces the runner at your door. By the 1980s and 1990s,
Many stations strip away almost every human extra. You pump your own gas. You clean your own windshield if the squeegee bucket still has water in it. National chains standardize layout and pricing. The local attendant who recognizes your engine by sound becomes rare. And yet the old model never vanishes completely. In New Jersey, full service remains mandatory until this moment in time. Oregon loosens its rules in 2018.
allowing self-service statewide after years of partial exceptions. If you grew up there, the ritual lasts long enough to feel normal. Where does the artifact live now? In old matchbooks, road maps, porcelain signs, and station globes hanging in antique malls. In black and white photos of teenagers working summer shifts. In family stories where somebody's first job includes checking oil with a rag already black by noon. It also lives in surviving stations built in the streamline or cottage style. Some are preserved on Route 66. Others become coffee shops, boutiques, or museums. The canopy stays, the bays remain visible.
You can spot a former service station from half a block away. Listen closely, and you can still hear the choreography and oral histories. The bell rings. Footsteps on concrete, cap brim lifted, regular or premium. A metal nozzle clicks into place. Windshield water drips off the chrome trim. Small sounds.
But they explain how public life used to feel more face-to-face. The stranger afterlife is economic. Full service does not die because people stop liking it. Plenty still do. It fades because the business rewards throughput, attached retail, and fewer payroll hours. The old station asks for labor and local memory. The newer one asks you to move along efficiently. All right. The archivist's note. This place tells you what mid-century neighborhoods expect from commerce. A filling station is a tiny contract. The customer brings a machine and a little trust. The attendant supplies competence, speed, and a moment of recognition before traffic carries both of them away. Now we close the file gently. Some objects vanish. Some routines thin out until one state line preserves them like amber. The full-service gas station leaves behind a bell sound and a social role. Lock that memory in the vault, and I'll see you in the next case. What year did you first see this?